What is going on, everybody? Are you here back on a video here today? We're gonna be discussing Wicked for Good. I just literally just got home from the movie theater, um, and I just don't know how I feel about this movie, man. I just don't know. Um, I think it's a good movie. I think it's. Let me start off by saying that I think it's a good movie. I think it's definitely a lot weaker than the first movie. That first movie, I think, is just head and shoulders above it. Um, I think the director, I know he directed the first movie. I think he lost his touch with this one, which is crazy to say because they filmed these movies back to back, um, which it doesn't really feel like it. I think he really missed his mark on this one. I'm sorry, this is going to be a spoiler review. We're just talking about everything. I really wish I could do my videos like Grace Randolph. Like her, she's great. I watch her videos as soon as I leave the movie theater. When I'm driving home, I literally put her videos on for the spoiler reactions, to a movie because I think she just does a fantastic job of outlining the whole movie and going into great, just by each thing. I can't really do that. I just literally just say what's on my mind. Um, but yeah, man, go watch her. I think she makes great reviews and all that. Um, but this movie, man, it touched me, man. It really was a. I really enjoyed this movie, um, but it's definitely weaker than the first movie. Um, that ending, I don't know how I feel about the endings. I really, really don't. I mean, I know I don't love the endings. I don't love them. I am okay with them. I don't love them though. They could have been better in my opinion. Um, yeah, I think they could have been a lot better. These endings. I don't know, man. The endings are just they were. It felt rushed. It felt a little rushed. If that's I don't know if that's just me, and I believe what the people said about Act Two of Wicked. The first act is so strong. The second act just cannot hold its own weight. Um, and you can feel it in this movie. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. First off, this is not first off, but this is Ariana Grande's movie. I think she just knocks it out of the park as Glinda. I remember watching the original Wizard of Oz. I don't remember caring about Glinda at all. Ariana Grande has made me literally love Glinda. Like that's my favorite character. I think she's amazing. She could really do no wrong in my eyes, honestly. Even though she did a lot of wrong in this movie, but she was misguided. She was misguided, guys. She was misguided. Um, I love her though, man. I think she was great. I think she got. I just hate how things happen for her in this movie. I'm not the maddest at her ending. I think her ending was really for her. I think it's really suited her really well. Um, but yeah, let's get right into it, man. We pick up like years later, I believe, years later, and I think Alphaba. First off, Alphaba saving the animals in the beginning and them not knowing what the heck is doing all this. They're like building the yellow brick road, and then Alphaba comes and she saves the animals. I love that part. That was great. Um, you really see the fallout and you see how everything is affected and how Glinda is really doing. And she loves the power. She loves the power, and I hate the fact that the wizard and all of them are controlling her. Um, Miss Marable, like I really hated her, man. I'm so glad her ending. I think she got exactly what she deserved, man. I think it was amazing, honestly. Um, the wizard, I think he got exactly what he deserved. I love how Glinda, when she got back in the end, and she was like, "You're leaving Oz today." I thought that was amazing, and that was hilarious. That was one of the best lines. I think it was great. And he was like, well, "What will I tell them?" And she was just like, "Make something up. You're good at that." So I thought that was amazing. And when she went to see Miss Maribel, like Miss Marble, she got exactly what she deserved, man. I thought that was amazing too. She said, "We have all these empty cages, and I would have loved to see her, you know, kind of have to suffer the fate of the animals because they kept them locked away in the cages for so long. It would have been hilarious if she would have put her in the cage, which she is going to be in the cage, but we never saw it. So, that sucks. But Um, I felt horrible for Glinda in this movie, man, in the beginning, or just the whole way. Fiero really never loved Glinda, so that was I felt horrible for her for that, man. You really just you can see, especially when she said the engagement and they announced it. And he was like engagement. You could tell he never really liked Glinda. I think he liked the idea of her, and he liked her in the beginning. Remember when he first got there? He really liked her. They had that whole dancing through life, moment and all that stuff. They were like they look pretty good together. They don't look bad. They look good. But he really never loved her. He always loved Alphaba, and it was I felt horrible for her for that, because she has no say in it, and she really I don't know if she loved Firo. I think she liked the idea of the happy husband, happy family, that kind of thing. But I think she was just trying to play the role. But I do think she cares about him. She cared about him way more than he cared about her. He was always set on Alpha, but for the most part, besides like the beginning when I told you. Um, so I really hate the fact that he did her. I think he really did Glinda so wrong in this movie, man. Like, and me being a guy, I can see it. He really did her wrong. He really led her on. He really never really wanted these things with her. He said, "I'll marry you if that's what you want." Well, what do you want? You don't want to, be with her. And I feel horrible for her in that moment. He pulled a gun out on her. That was so awful, man. I felt horrible because you could tell in the look that she had when he was doing this. The pain in her eyes was just, gosh, like dang, she couldn't believe it. And then even after all this, when he pulled the gun out and he let Alphaba, he told them to let her go, let Alphaba go. She went, and then they arrested and they took Fiero, and Glinda just gets on her knees and she is pleading with Fiero, like, and everybody around him, saying, let him go, he's just a man in love, he loves her. She forgave him in that moment, um, which I thought was just powerful, man. Really strong and really great for her uh, character. Um, yeah, man. I just feel like Fiero did her wrong in this movie, which I mean we knew was gonna happen. We saw how Alphaba and Fiero were in the first movie. Um, so yeah, I mean, but I'm glad Linda was able to forgive him and really like not turn that into a really evil moment. I thought that was great. Um, so yeah, I mean, I like that. Um, Although when she first found out about Fiero and Alphaba, she lost her mind and like anybody normal would, get very upset and angry. And she's kind of responsible for Nessa death because in that moment she was just like start a rumor, let's say that her sister died or in trouble or whatever, and the wizard and Mary, like they Miss Marble, they took that and they were like, what, a rumor's not going to be enough, we need to do something real. So she caused a tornado, all this stuff, and has the house land on Nessa, and she's dead. Um, and yeah, so I mean, I don't really blame Glinda. I mean, yeah, Nessa was trash. I ain't gonna lie, Nessa was trash. What she did to Bach, bro, Nessa was horrible. She was horrible. Having Bach just be your servant because he wants to leave, and her stopping him from being able to get on that train was horrible. She's a horrible person. I never liked her at all. The way she treated Alphaba in the first movie was trash. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think yeah, I don't really care what happened to her. Honestly, I really, I don't. It didn't hurt me at all. Like the moment that hurt me though was when Glinda was right there. She saw the house, landed on Nessa, all that stuff. She's pretty much saying her goodbyes to Nessa and all that stuff, and then Alphaba shows up, and she thinks that what Glinda is doing is fake, but Glinda really she didn't have anything to do with this. I mean, she said make up a rumor. She didn't know that they were gonna kill her. Um, so I felt bad for her from that because it really wasn't. Glinda, she's not malicious, man. She really doesn't have that kind of heart, honestly. So I felt bad for her in that moment. And then the fight that they had, the slapping was hilarious though. Thought that was really really funny. Glinda and Alphaba slapping each other and then fighting the little fight. That was good, man. That was really good. But it was also sad, man. These two girls, best friends, fighting over the guy. I just thought it was really sad, man. It sucks, man, because like I love these characters, and I love Alphaba and Glinda so much. It sucked to see them fighting each other and being mad at each other like that. That was tough, but they ended up making up in the end, so I'm okay with it. Um, Fiero in this movie, I mean, he was okay, man. He was okay. He didn't really do anything much. He was like just a love interest, basically. I thought he had some really good moments with Alphaba. Nothing like the first movie, though. I don't feel like. I mean, I guess the moment when they kissed and their song was nice, but I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't feel the chemistry. It really wasn't amazing. Like, I feel like their chemistry in the first movie was way better. Like, I didn't feel the chemistry really like that in this movie. Maybe if I don't know if I'm the only one that's thinking like that, but to me, it really wasn't anything amazing. Uh, it did suck that he got turned to the scarecrow, but it saved his life. It did save his life. Alphabet saved him from that. Um, so yeah, but I think he got the ending that he wanted. I do. I think he got the ending that he wanted. We'll talk about that ending a little later. Let's talk about the songs, man. I think that is the biggest thing with this movie. There's not a single standout song, not a single one. Um, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it, and I think that's exactly why people say the first act is so good and the second act is not good at all. There's not a single memorable song from this whole movie, in my opinion. I think there's some decent songs. Like, I think the last song that Alphaba and Glinda were singing, that they've been changed for the good. That song, "Changed for the Good." I think that was a great, good, really good song, really, really good, and I really like that song. Um, No Good Deed really didn't hit like no like Defying Gravity. I think that's what they were trying to get, another Defying Gravity. The songs fell flat, man. There's not a popular. There's not a what is this feeling? There's not a like there's not a dancing through life in this. There's nothing, man. There's really no standout song, man. And that's they should have taken more time if they needed that. They should have taken more time to make this, because I think the songs are such a big selling point on musicals. There's nothing, no, not musical number that you really are looking forward to in this movie. At least me. I don't know everybody else, but me, there was nothing that stood out that was like, oh my god, I gotta go back just to see that one sequence. There wasn't, and that sucks, because the first movie I wanted to see almost all of them. Almost all of them were hits. Um, so that sucks, man. That really, really sucks. I think they dropped the ball on that part, and that was the biggest thing for me, or the second biggest thing for me in this movie. Um, yeah, I don't know. Comment down below. What do you guys think about the songs? Uh, I feel like they're really weak, honestly. Um, let's talk about Alphaba, man. Alphaba, man. Wow. She went through a journey in this movie. I love the way she was just swinging on that broom. I thought that was really good. Um, really cool, saving the animals. She was so down for the animals, man. I loved it. Um, I just thought she was really good, man. I just like she was so selfless in this movie too. Like, she forgave Glinda a lot. Even though I don't think Linda really did that anything crazy, but she definitely did horrible thing, like something bad to Alphaba. So it was big of Alphaba to forgive Glinda and all that stuff. Um, but I don't know how I feel about her ending, man. I do not know how I feel about Alphaba's ending. But we'll talk about that at the end, like I said. Um, I thought Alphaba, her story was really sad, man. Very sad. Lost her sister, Nessa, which I really didn't really even consider them sisters, man. She was so horrible to Alphaba, to where it's like, yo, y'all even sisters? Like, it really, I don't know. Um, what she did for the animals was great. I love her talking to the animals, trying to convince them. It was good. Um, like to say the Fierro relationship, it really, I thought the first movie did it better. I didn't really care about them in this movie um, like that. I do love the Glinda and Alphaba relationship, the journey it took in this movie. Like I just thought it was really just a special relationship, man. I hated that they were pinned up against each other and that they were fighting. I hate like whenever they're fighting or not on the same side, it's so frustrating and so sad, man. And I think that's something that Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande really convey, and they really do a really, really good job. Like it's like they're best friends, in real life and on screen. I think they just do such a good job with it. But I love the way that they made up in the end. I thought that was just, it was so good, man. And that was one of my favorite moments from the trailer, when she's like, you're the only friend I ever know or had, and Ariana Grande was like, and I've had so many friends. I thought that was one of the best moments in the trailer and in the movies. It hits really good. So I love that. Um, but Alphaba, man, we can talk about the ending now. Um, I love how like Glinda took the horse and went all the way there to see Alphaba, tell her that they're coming for her and that she needs to get out of there. And they just kind of have this moment, man. And then in between this, she gets the news that it's the last time they'll see Fiero's real face and all that stuff. And she, kind of says, well, I'm done. I'm gonna turn myself in. I surrender, all this stuff. And then Glinda's trying to say, no, you can't do that. And I love that. I loved how she was just so like, you always knew Glinda was down for Alphaba, and she always showed like, I hated when they would have that little moment where like Glinda doesn't know exactly what happened, and then Alphaba would not know exactly what happened. Like Alphaba thought that Glinda is the reason Nessa died, but that's not what happened. And then, Glinda was like blaming, Alphaba for, Fiero and all this other stuff. Like it was just a mess. I'm glad that they figured it out in the end, though. I thought that was just such a great, great moment, man. Um, the when Alphaba closed Glinda into that room, that little small room, and they were each on one side of the door, and they were crying because they were know that that's probably the last time they're gonna see each other again. I just thought it was so heartbreaking, man. Just horrible, heartbreaking, man. It was painful, and you could see them both conveying that like this is the last time they were ever going to see each other, and it's done. And she closes it, and then she did. I thought it was real, honestly. She pours the water on herself and acts like she's melting, but we end up finding out that she's just hiding. She went down the little passageway, the little hiding spot, um, and she's not really dead, but it's made it seem like she was dead, and Glinda believed it, and it was just sad, man. But I thought it was really horrifying the fact that Dorothy picked up her broom and was like, "Yeah, we did this." But yeah, Dorothy picking up that broom and acting like it's good. The Wicked Witch is dead, all that stuff. That was horrifying. I'm like, yo, that's not the Glinda. I mean, the Glinda, the Dorothy I grew up with, and all that from the Wizard of Oz. The original Wizard of Oz. That Dorothy, she would never ever do that. So that was kind of crazy, but um this is when I really was like, damn, they're gonna do this and it's gonna be horrible. Like, and I was just like, dang, no, please don't do this. Please don't, please. I was like, Linda has to know that Alphaba is out there still. Like, she's still alive. You don't gotta be this sad. You don't gotta. And when they were just doing it, I love the fact that, Alphaba gave her the grimoire. She gave her the book, and she said, "Yo, learn it. You gotta do this for both of us. You gotta be the good for both of us. You gotta do this and be the leader, and do this all for us. Both of us." And I thought that was really great. And Glinda did that. And, she took it. That she took it personal. That's when it became personal for her. I thought it was amazing, man. She really did her thing. She got back to she got back there and she told the wizard, "Yo, you out, you bouncing today, you out." And got everybody out of there that was trash. I loved it. But then again, I love she gave the wizard, she gave him that bottle that Glinda gave to her. Um, and she showed it, and we find out, which we knew, that the wizard, that was his daughter. That's his daughter. Um, and his look on his face is like, "What have I done?" and all that. And Glinda told him off, and I loved that. That was amazing. Um, and I just loved Glinda in these moments, man. I just thought she just did so good, man. She just did everything great. And she really became her own person. She really stopped asking for permission for these things. And I thought it was just, man, it's such a great moment for Glinda, man. And I love that Alphaba gave her her powers. Thought that was just outstanding. And holy crap, really, she did that just because that's been Glinda's like dream to be able to do magic. And ever since she was a kid, I thought that was great. The kid stuff was really good, man. Um, it really seemed like that was Glinda, So I thought that child actress was really good. Um, and I just think it was all amazing, man. Really, really good. Um, and then we see like Glinda go to where the first movie, the little tower. Look, she looks all the way out, and it's kind of like, oh, she can see Alphaba, she can see her, and you got Alphaba and Fiero. I thought it was really cool when Fiero went back to tower. He had he opened it up, and Alphaba is still, she's alive. She's alive, and they're getting out of there. And she's like, I understand. I wish we could tell Glinda that we're still alive. But she's like, I know we can't. And damn, I was like, come on, they're really gonna do this. They're really gonna do this. And Alphaba and Fiero are going out. They're going to find something better, but it looks like it's just dry land, just horrible desert. But I guess they got each other. That's all they need. And you see Glinda just heartbroken, man. You see her just heartbroken because she's lost her best friend. I don't think she really cared about Fiero, honestly. After he picked Alphaba, I think she didn't really care. But the fact that that's the last time she sees her best friend, she has no idea that she's alive. I think it's just cruel. I don't know why somebody would ever do that ending, man. Like, damn. Am I the only one feeling like, yo, I need a third movie? I need a third movie. I need Glinda to know Alphaba is okay and she's out there. She's not dead. She's just out there. She couldn't tell her that she's still alive because of safety reasons. I need her to know that Alphaba is okay. She's not dead. Because that's cruel. That is cruel. Um, I don't know what Glinda's gonna do though. She has what she wanted. She has power. Um, but at some point she's gonna want a family and all that stuff. So I don't know what that looks like for her. Maybe her and Bach get together, but then again, he's a Tin Man, so I don't know how that would work. Maybe she has the power where she could transform him back. Maybe. Um, but yeah, this movie was just insane, man. I don't like. I get the ending. I get it, because all Fiero and Alphaba want is to see each other. They kind of made a swap. Linda and Alphaba made a swap. Because now Alphaba has no power. She has no magic, anything like. But now Glinda has the power and the magic. But Alphaba got the guy, So, um, yeah, I don't know. That ending just, I get it, but like I don't like it. I don't love it, man. I don't love it. I gotta see the movie a few more times, but I just. What do you guys think about the ending? Because I know, I don't know what the theater people really like. Did you guys love the ending? For the theater show. I don't love it. I don't love it. I just don't like the ending would be fine if Glinda knew that Alphaba is still alive. The fact that she doesn't know makes the ending horrible, in my opinion. Because they're best friends, man. They need to know that each other are okay. she knows that Glinda's okay, but Glinda doesn't know Alphaba's okay. So it sucks, man. It's just it's that part is tough, man. It's tough. Um, but I mean, I'm sorry my review is all over the place, guys. I really, really am sorry. I don't. I'm not good at reviews, but I like to get my feelings and reactions on video and see for you guys, because I just like to just talk honestly about movies. Um, so yeah, but overall, I think this is a good movie. Not as good as the first one. I would love a third movie. I really hope this second movie does really well so we can get a third movie. I think if it hits about 800, 900 million or a billion, we will get a third movie. I think I think they could go a lot of places with a third movie. I really think it would be a really good idea for a third movie, honestly. Um, I think Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo love these characters so much that they will be instantly down for another movie. And yeah, I mean, yeah, you know. So I feel bad for Bach though, because what is Bach gonna do? He's Tin Man. He can't really do anything. Pharaoh kind of just bounced on everybody. He just wanted Alpha, but they're out. What happened to Dorothy? The movie also went super fast. We never saw them traveling down the brick road. None of that. Which I guess you're not really supposed to, because you can't recreate the Wizard of Oz, the original movie. So we don't really care to see that. Um, but um, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing major to talk about. I thought the wedding was, fine. There really wasn't a wedding because it got stopped. But um, yeah, I mean, I think I talked about all the major things. I think, I'm probably missing something. But yeah, I mean, no musical number really hit. I thought, The Girl in the Bubble was a cool song, but just none of them really hit like anything in the first movie. And I think that's going to hold this movie up, and I hope it doesn't, man. I hope it doesn't. Um, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I'm going to go see it again, probably at least two more times. Um, but that ending, man, that ending. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Comment down below because I need people's opinions on the ending. Did it make sense for you or no? Or like, I need more. I just need more. I need Glinda going there to that desert, that nowhere place, and getting them out of there. Bringing them back. And clearing Alphaba's name. Even though Alphaba doesn't want her name cleared, clear her name. I think it'd be great. Um. So yeah, I'm sorry I keep saying uh, or but yeah. Also, I didn't hate the Wonderful song. I thought the Wonderful song may have been maybe close to maybe the best part, maybe the best song, musical number, maybe. I don't know. I thought Ariana Grande was killing it with vocals this whole movie, though. Honestly, um, yeah, man, yeah. This movie's still just gonna be on my mind for a while. Um, yeah, but comment down below. What you guys think they should do a third movie? Would you guys want a third movie? I think that they shouldn't really follow the book or the theater play or anything. Honestly, I think you should just make your own. Like, I don't think everything needs to follow the book or the source material always. Uh, I think a third movie would add on to it. Because I think everybody involved with these movies clearly loves The Wizard of Oz and everything about it. So I think it'd be really good. But I'm really sorry that this review was all over the place. I don't even know if I really talked about anything greatly, or I probably missed a lot of stuff. I just bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just a fan. I just love talking about movies, and I love this movie and these movies. I would love a third movie. Comment down below if you would love a third movie, because I think it would be amazing. But yeah, to wrap it up, man, I think this movie was good. I'm still like not sure. I'm gonna go see the movie a few more times. I need to really digest that ending, the endings for other people, for everybody. I don't know. I'm just, I'm that kind of movie person where, man, I just really wanted a happy ending, honestly, where I wanted Glinda and Alphaba just to be together, at least for Glinda to know that Alphaba's out there. I feel like that's something that they could have easily have changed. I don't think people would have been mad at all if they would have changed that from the stage play. It just really kind of sucks. So that's kind of why I'm hoping we get another movie. Also, I think they could just take this so many different directions if they really wanted to. You know, But I think Ariana is definitely getting an Oscar. I really hope she is. I think she easily gets nominated. She got nominated last time for it, the part one. So I think hopefully should win. Her acting in this movie was way better than the first one, even though that first one was amazing. So she just upped it even more. I think I really, really would love to see her win it. And I think she deserves it because I think she became Glinda. I think she really took care of the role and really just did it justice and did it better than anybody ever has, honestly. Um, I think Cynthia Erivo will get nominated too. I don't think she had such a like as strong of a performance as Ariana, but I think she'll definitely be nominated. And yeah, but I think they really messed up casting Michelle Yeoh. I really was cringing most times, and I love Michelle Yeoh. I grew up on Michelle Yeoh karate movies. Her being with Jet Li and all that stuff. I love Michelle Yeoh. She's an Oscar winner, I believe. Um, but I just don't think she really fit this Madame Morrible role, as good as some other people probably would have. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm glad Madame Morrible got what she deserved though too. That was really one of my favorite parts, honestly. Jeff Goldblum really was not good in this movie. I thought the first part he was good in, but the second part, that CGI when they tried to make him younger, what the hell was that? That was horrible. But yeah, I don't know, but he wasn't that good in this movie. I don't know. I did love the one. I did really like the Wonderful song though. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, man. Ethan Slater, I thought he was really good as Tin Man. His acting in this one he got so much more to do in this one, and I thought it was really, really good. His stuff with Nessa was really good. The change, just all of that was really, really good. Man, I really, really liked it. And that moment when he looks up at Glinda, he's as a Tin Man, and he looks up at Glinda, and Glinda's on the balcony, and that stare, man, that was a great moment. That was a very, very good moment. I wonder if did everybody go with Firo and Alphaba to the other place, or did they stay? Some people stay back because I would maybe Glinda could change him back to human. Maybe. That would be interesting. See, that's something they could do in the third movie, and maybe those two end up falling in love, maybe. But yeah, that part was good, really good. And like I said, man, I just wish the songs were just better in this movie, man. This is not a standout song. I really wish we could have gotten, like, I love when Ariana was singing, or when Glinda was singing, I'm Not That Girl, because Cynthia Erivo's Alphabet sung that song in the first part, and we only got like a 10-second thing of Glinda singing it after she got heartbroken after the wedding, and I think if they would have broke out into like a big musical number with that, just for her, I think it would have done wonders. I think it would have been amazing, honestly. So yeah, I think that was a very big missed opportunity. And man, I just really kind of sad that Glinda lost everybody. She ended up pretty much alone. I mean, like I said, she got what she really wanted. She wanted the power. She wanted, and she didn't want the power in a bad way. And I think now that she has this power, newfound power, she's gonna do it justice, and she's gonna take care of Alphaba, her plans. Because I really think just what she wanted to do, and Alphaba wanted to just like have the life, the family and all that stuff. And I think Glinda wants that too, but she wants it in a different way. Um, but that's something they could explore in a third movie. That's something I really, really would love, and I think they could really do it really a lot of things with it. But overall, man, I think I would give this movie probably an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. The first one I give a 10 out of 10, probably like a 12 out of 10, honestly, because I think the songs were just put it over the top. But yeah, I mean, I gotta take a few points off of this movie because the songs are just not as strong. Um, and yeah, and also I love the fact that nobody called and thought that it would be Glinda riding the horse to the castle to go find Alphaba. Everybody thought it was either Firo or Alphaba, like anybody else. Nobody thought Glinda. I thought it was amazing. It was perfect. I loved the way she did that scene, and I thought it was great. It was really, really great, and I thought it was so smooth the way she did it. It was great. But that's going up with the video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully this was not a mess of a review as I was saying, and I'm sure it is, but that's just me. I'm not really doing it as like a professional video. I'm just talking to you guys and just having conversations about the movie and just getting my thoughts out there. Overall, I really like the movie. I just hate sad endings like this, and I just wanted Glinda to know that Alphaba's out there and she's okay and she's not dead. That's it. I think if I would have known that, and if Glinda would have known that, I would have been really happy with the movie. Um, that part, I don't really know how anybody can really be super happy about the ending. You know, even if you're a theater fan and you're coming from the play and all that stuff, I think it still kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth because it's like, dang man, she thinks her best friend is dead, you know, and she lost Fiero and she lost everybody. Like, it sucks, you know. Um, but um, yeah, man, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna go see it some more. But hopefully this movie hits $1 billion because I would love another one. Because I think if it hits $1 billion, I think they will really try and get another one. But yeah, subscribe to the video. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.